Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to be learning about the Castlewood Country Club and what's going to go on this very blank page. We don't have anything on there. You're going to get to use a lot of your creative styling to figure out what you want to draw on this page. Now, as you guys have learned, in the late 1800s, we had a senator, George Hearst. He was the father of William Randolph Hearst, who was a millionaire. He has so much money. You may have seen his home down in the Central Coast called Hearst Castle. The guy owned a castle, you guys. Well, his dad was a senator, and his dad died in 1891, and their estate in Pleasanton was left to Phoebe Apperson Hearst, his wife. Phoebe Apperson Hearst is super important to the history of Pleasanton. She has a school named after her, where some of your friends may go. And Phoebe Apperson Hearst was a huge donor to the city of Pleasanton, and she is a huge reason why Pleasanton is the city that it is. She gave a lot of money, she gave a lot of her time, and she worked really hard to really have forward progress in Pleasanton. So I'm going to show you a picture real quick. I know you guys have already seen some of these, but this is Phoebe Apperson Hearst. Okay, that's her right there. And she is dressed, they're actually dressed up for a costume party in this picture. But we also here have her home. Okay? She called her home Hacienda del Pozo de Verona. This stands where Castlewood Country Club stands today. The actual clubhouse is where her home once stood. This home was really largely provided by her son, William Randolph Hearst, for her to live in as she finished out the rest of her life. She was a big philanthropist. That's a busy word, a big word. Can you say that? Philanthropist. And Phoebe Apperson Hearst gave a lot of her time and money to education, to literacy, learning how to read, and a lot of social projects. She was part of the Women's Improvement Club, which is part of the reason that we have our Pleasanton sign today. Actually, it's the whole reason that we have the sign, because the Women's Improvement Club fundraised for it. And Phoebe Apperson Hearst was part of that. She also was one of the people who created our PTA because she wanted parents and teachers to work together to improve our schools. She was a major philanthropist for schools. She donated a lot of money to UC Berkeley, worked really hard with them, but then also our Pleasanton schools. She worked really hard to fundraise for them, including our Pleasanton Grammar School. Nowadays, this building where she lived was a huge building. She had lots of artwork there. She gave a lot of money to the arts. And her home was very elegantly decorated. Eventually, it ended up burning down. Let's see if I can find the date that it actually burned down. It was in the early 1900s that it burned down. And then after she passed away, the building eventually ended up becoming the Castlewood Country Club. Let's see if it says. It doesn't say what year it was actually burnt down, but it did eventually burn down, and it became the Castlewood Country Club, which now you can go and you can swim, you can golf, you can do a lot of outdoor activities. You have to be a member to join or come with a member, but it is a big, fancy location. So what we're going to be drawing today, you actually have your choice. You can draw something like this picture and draw the actual home of Phoebe Apperson Hearst. You could draw a golf club if you would like. You may also
make copies.
You can hear my announcement. Alexa, turn off. You may also draw the golf club. So if you wanted to draw a golf course, you could do that. If you wanted to draw the pool, you can draw that. If you wanted to draw Phoebe Apperson Hearst, you could draw that. So you have your choice of what you are going to draw here. Make sure to go back and look at your slide deck that I provided you with different pictures of the building, as well as the history of Phoebe Apperson Hearst. And then draw a detailed picture right here. Everybody's is going to look different, but make sure that you take a picture and you submit it on our Google Classroom so that everybody can see what picture you chose to draw for Castlewood Country Club.